Good morning, everybody. This is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders daily video. We find ourselves at the beginning of another week here in the Forex market, and hopefully things are going well for you and you're getting the simple trading method down pat, knowing what to look for and how to trade it. On Friday, we talked about the concept of looking for highs of the last three or lowest lows of the last three to enter into a position using this method. And so hopefully you've been able to understand what we're looking for with that, what the market is doing, and the reasons why we're looking for those types of entries. I think most of you have a pretty good idea of what that's looking for. Now, last week was a huge week when it comes to news, and we saw a lot of volatility in the markets. And so with that volatility comes risk, and with our risk, we need to make sure that we understand and can control that. So if you aren't comfortable with the amount that you're risking, or feel like you don't understand how to determine your risk or your position sizes based off of maximum of 2%, then you need to practice that. You need to get with that. Now, what we're going to do today is we're just going to take a look here at what's been happening long term with the various currencies. We're going to start here with the daily chart of the US CAD. Now, in order to really get a sense of the direction, we're going to put on here just a 40-period simple moving average. Very simple. Not much to this 40 period, and so it does give us, though, a pretty good direction of where the prices have been headed. And so if the price is moving down, the moving average is moving down and the price is below it, then we're going to say that this is in a pretty good downtrend. Now, the other thing we can look at drawing channels here so that we can get an idea of the direction it's going. So if the channel is moving down, we are going to say that we're in a downtrend. So in both cases here, we've got a pretty strong downtrend, and visually just looking at it, we should be able to see that it's in a good downtrend anyway. So with that, we know that the daily chart, so the long-term momentum is down. We should be looking for opportunities to trade to the downside. Now, with the simple trading method, that means we need to see a pullback towards resistance and then entering in at the LL3. Now, we may not trade the daily charts, but if we go down and take that same concept to the hourly charts or shorter term charts, well, we're in a pullback now. Looking for this thing to start to move back down would be something that we would consider for a possible trade. So strong bearish downtrend on the US CAD. US Japanese yen, this one is still having difficulties getting out of this choppy range that it's in. You can see that the moving average is basically flat. The price looked like last week it was going to break out of this strong support that we had, kind of right in this area here, but it bounced right back up after a couple of days. And so we need to make sure that we recognize that just because something breaks out doesn't mean it's going to continue, and this is a case where we would have had our stop losses in place to protect ourselves in case it went against us. Now, the pound dollar has just been going crazy. I mean, it's just in an extremely strong uptrend. We want to pay attention to the fact that we're up, getting close to this previous high point here before it dropped. If those people are holding their long positions here, they're going to be maybe trying to get out of them as we're up here. So seeing some resistance come into play here would not be unusual. Again, if we look down at the shorter term chart, there's a 15-minute chart. Looking for an opportunity to trade that as it pulled back would be the plan for taking advantage of this big of a move. Although in the daily chart, because we are towards a resistance area, we should be thinking that there might be a little bit of a pullback here. U.S. Swiss franc, strong downtrend. Again, we're seeing all of these pairs having moved in a strong direction, one either up or down, over the past couple of months. And so We got good strong trends, bearish trend here on the US Swiss franc. Aussie dollar, after a pretty big move down, we actually had a strong move back up, very similar to what the pound did. We're right, or is doing right now. We're right up towards these long-term highs, and we're getting a little bit of a sell-off from there. So don't be surprised to see this pull back a little bit. If it is going to stay bullish, and by the way, we do have monetary policy meeting minutes for the Australian dollar tonight coming out, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So we want to be aware of that, and that could have an influence on it. Last but not least, we have the strong euro dollar right now. Again, very similar to the pound dollar, where we've had a huge move up. It's getting ready to maybe settle down a little bit, although we would have said that each day here, and it hasn't done it. So that's why we trade what we see happening based off the evidence on the chart, not what we think or feel is going to happen. So make sure that you understand that. Looking at those daily trends can at least point us in the right direction for how we should be trading on our shorter term charts. So with that, we'll wrap it up. Have a great rest of the day. We'll be back tomorrow to continue and see what's happening with the markets. And until then, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.